Hello, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where at the end of last time, we found that these things represent a 2-to-1 ratio, so they are a little bit better than we thought they were going to be. I thought they were just going to be Philomeno walls, but they're actually better than the Philomeno walls. They're Philomeno walls that indicate that you can't, or that one of the Philomenos has size twice the other. So in particular, this 9 is never going down here, and this 8 is never going here either. So this is just a 1 next to two 2s, if we do that correctly. And so we will give this the color of shame. We'll give this the color of 2s. And now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this cell's now always a 9. We can extend the 9 in this direction because of that. And now my 9 needs 2 more cells. So if this isn't a 9, now my 9 is going to take these 2 cells and my 6 can't finish. So that's always going to be a 9, I believe is what I just argued. One of these 2 is definitely a 6. Which now means my 8 has to finish over here with that double 8. Let's see, 9, 8. All that's good. So now these aren't 8. This is just a question of whether this is a 1 or a 9 coming over here, because this 9 now is taking 8 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over here. Let's see. This is probably going to be useful in other places as well. So, for example, this is assuredly 4, 6, 8, but it's definitely not part of the 9. So this 9 definitely grows that way because 9s can't grow onto spaces with black dots, even in this puzzle. I think this 9 probably also has to grow down, but I don't really want to think about it if I can avoid it. There might be easier ways to do this. Okay, so this number here is this is a 6 or an 8 only, owing to the fact that it's bigger than 4 and it's a black dot digit. This is a 3 or a 4 only. So this 6, 8 assuredly expands out at least this far. It's 3, 4. I thought I hit the buttons there. Maybe it has like turned off. Okay. Expand. So the 3, 4 expands over here. Which does indeed force my 6, 8 over here. I probably want this to be center only now. And indeed, this cell is a 6 or an 8. Oops, sorry, 6 or 8. It's definitely a wall. Even if this is also a 6 or an 8, which it could be. But now, if this were a 3, this would be a 6, which is bad. Because if this cell was a 6, it would grow like this, but then it would connect to this other 6 and be way more than 6. So in fact, wait a second. No, I feel like I've screwed this up somehow already. Because I don't think these 3 4s can possibly grow and be anything but 3s, can they? There's no way these are 3s, right? How is that going to work? I think these have to be 3s. Oh, it's because I extended this one more than I needed to. There we go. Okay. Now we are on the same page. Okay. So what happened here is that I had extended this one more because I couldn't count, apparently. So, but the easy deduction here is these have to be 3s. And then I tried to make a hard deduction, which was not correct. So these are all 6s, which means these are 6s. That 6 needs to grow there. Now that cell's certainly not a 6, so that cell is, and this 6 is done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my 6 size. Now this 6 assuredly needs to grow there, which means this 9 has to grow here and here. This 6 is now finally going to get me into this grid because of that. So therefore, this is a 1 over here. And that's a 6, and that's a 3. That seems to indicate that I, like, sequence broke, but I don't think I sequence broke. I mean, maybe earlier, some deduction I made let me do that too early. So that's a 9. So that's an 8. This symbol was a 3, right? That symbol was a 5 up there. I don't know what blue squiggle is. What was this? You just found Work's base, but it might still be a long time before you're strong enough to confront him. Don't be alarmed if you have plenty of logs left to find. Okay, so they basically tell you, hey, don't read anything into this. Okay, so this is on a whisper, and it's consecutive with this, so it's not a 5. So this is a 7 or a 9. So this is also high. So it is a 6, 7, or 8. It's not a 6. This is a 2, 3, 4. We know that one's not a 4. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be a 1 because you can't put a 1 at that spot on a Philomeno grid. It would make that also be a 1. Yeah, I'm guessing someone at some point noticed that you could sequence break this. Okay, so this 2, 3, 4, though, is actually quite useful because it's going to get me back into this grid because now this can't be a 3 at the very least. It's going to be only a 1 or a 2. This is certainly not a 4 because it doesn't have a place it could be pointing at a 4. So it can be a 2 pointing at a 1, or a 2 pointing at a 3, or a 1 pointing at a 2 or a 3. I guess sort of everything is possible still. Okay, we don't have anything about blue squiggly lines. Yeah, that's going to be the final boss of the puzzle, I'm guessing. We haven't even really sort of fully maximized this idea of black Kropke on phenomenology. I mean, this is certainly at least 2. This is certainly at least 2. This one's at least 2, but it grows here. So, like, these two are definitely connected. So, I guess I know this is a 6, 7, 8, 9 while I'm talking about my high digits. Okay. Did we get anywhere out of this? Trying to make sure we double checked all of our water requirements in here, but I think every digit is happy in the water now. Six and a 3 or 1 and 2 both seem fine here. I feel like I can probably just force this. Oh, actually, sorry. Here's a much smarter one for me to force, I think. Because this is a wall, this is at most 3. It can't actually be 3, because if it were 3, then I would break the 6. This is a 1 or a 2, so this is certainly 1, 2, or 4. Could be a 9 with a 2, would make a lot of sense. This one can't be a 1. Because, again, if this were a 1, that would be a 1. So this is at least a 2. So these two are the same. Kind of tempting, but not quite. Can't be a 6. Because if this was a 6, then all of these would be 6s and we'd have way too many 3s. So it's 2, 3, 4, or 8 at the very least. Oh, this 4, 6, 8, we now know grows out like this. And so now we know it's an 8. Okay, there we go. There's the gimme that I was looking for. So these are all 8s. And they're all connected. And these are both 4s. Okay, it is happy with that. Okay, this can't... Well, sorry. The 8 can't finish before here, so this is actually part of the 8, which then dictates how it is that the 5 finishes. So we can fill in our 5s. So now the 8s have to grow into this area in particular, so this whole tangle becomes 8s. And that's an 8, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 4. Oh, sorry, I don't think I knew that. Sorry, that was a cheat. I don't know that this isn't an 8. But so far, I'm good, right? Now I think I can definitely argue about the 9, because the 9 can certainly get no more than 5 spaces going up, so it certainly has to go down to this space. Bet that did something somewhere along the line that I didn't notice when I did it, because that is my usual mo about these sorts of things. Do I know that this can't be 8 now? It would have to go out 5. 6. Yeah, I can prove it can't be 8, but it's horrible. But basically, if I try and put an 8 here, I can't make it not touch this 8. This 8 has to expand. I guess here, if I put it backwards, I think it's a little bit okay. if this 8 certainly needs to take at least one of these 2 cells, otherwise it's not going to work, which means this cell, if it is an 8, it could be an 8, but can't be connected to more than 0 additional 8 cells. So if this cell is an 8, it's the last of its kind, which means none of these cells are 8. So these are from 2, 3, 4 only. Now these could both be 8 and allow something out of here. Or I could do something like that. Well, I can't do that because this is, I guess there's a world where this is a 9. I don't think there's a world where this is a 9. Because if this was a 9, what cells could it even possibly take? Could take those, that would break. So this can't be an 8. This can only be a 2. Is the short version of that. So this is a... could be a 3 or an 8, I think. I don't think it can be anything else. Maybe it could be like a 4 sneaking into here or something. Being a 2 has made that a 4, which has made that a 2, which has made that a 4. All of which does, I think, nothing. But at least it resolves the Sudoku part of that grid. Do I know this cell has to be a 9? If that cell's not a 9, then my 9 is getting at most 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, my 9 can't actually go up twice because it would block the 4. So my 9 is actually getting at most 1 cell up here. So yeah, so my 9 needs even more cells than that, actually, because sort of if I do... now if the 9 doesn't take that cell, my 9 is capped at 6 cells. So the 9 actually has to take that cell, which actually significantly hampers what this can be, because now this has to fit down here. So this is only a 2 or a 3. Oops, no longer able to be 4, 5, 6, 7. And now the 9 again still at maximum is those cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it needs to take that cell, which now makes this a 1 and that a 2, just by nature of how these things work. See, if that was a 2, that doesn't work. This can't be the 2. This is a little bit of a look ahead, but if this is the 2, then that forces the 4 to run over here, and now my 8 can't finish. So the 2 goes that way. There might be a better way to see that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you see a better way to see that step, but I think that's true. Uh-oh. Maybe the step wasn't right. Was the step wrong? Oh, I wasn't considering that the 2 could go that way. I see. Okay, so the 2 doesn't go this way. But I didn't actually prove that the 2 had to go up. The 2 can still go that way. Okay, but the thing is, now the 4 needs this cell, because if the 4 doesn't take this cell, that lets us be much cleaner about this. The 4 needs to take this cell, and this was actually true even, actually. This would have been much cleaner than the thing. In fact, I'm going to take away the X and just pretend I didn't say any of that. the 4 needs to take this cell because otherwise it's capped at 3, which now tells me that the 8 needs to take actually that cell and that cell in order to possibly finish. And it now is finished, right? So there's my 8. We can get rid of the interior lines. Now the 4 finishes and the 2 finishes. And we can get those. So now the 2. So there we go. So we spared ourselves the ugly step. Wait, did I actually... Oh, yeah, sorry. That's also an 8. So now this is a 1 or a 4. My 9 needs at least one more cell, so this is always a 9. If this was a 4, it would force these... Well, it forced that to be an 8 at the very least. Can I possibly cram an 8 over here? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, annoyingly. Okay, well, this 2, 3 goes here at least. I am prepared to argue. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I know I need at least one more. Oh, right. I need at least one more 9, and it's again not going against the black space, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that could be 8, but this is always going to have to be a 9. Okay, so if this is a 4, do I still have space for my 8? No. Because if this is an 8, all of these cells are 8s, and that would make 5 4s. So this is always a 1. Unfortunately, that doesn't actually... I don't know why it always does the highlighting thing. Unfortunately, that doesn't tell me that these aren't 4s. Because these could all be 4s with these all being 8s, and that might work fine. As far as I can tell. But we're getting somewhere, it sort of feels like. There's only one more cell that needs to be a 9. And it's either that one or that one. This, funnily enough, is always a 1 or a 3. Oh, these can't be 2s anymore, actually, because if these are 2s, it makes that a second 1. So I think they probably are going to be 4s. Let's see. If these are 3s... Oh, well, this cell's never a 1. So I guess I should do it that way. These are always the same, which makes this also a 3 or a 4. And if this is a 4, we know this isn't a 2. So we can actually force a lot of what we just said. If this is a 4, then this is an 8, not a 2. And if this is a 3, then this is a 6. And this 6 or 8 assuredly grows out at least that far. Now, this is either a 1 with a 2 or a 4 with a 2 or an 8. So this cell is a 2 or an 8. If it is an 8, then again, all of this is 8. But the 2 universe doesn't work. The universe where this is a 2 just breaks spectacularly, because then it's that 2, and now this 8 doesn't have 8 things in it. So this is always an 8, which makes that a 4, which makes all of these 4. So they can get 4 color. Which then we said we knew exactly which 8 cells it was. Namely, it was all of these cells that were the 8. Which then makes this a 1, and that a 2, and that a 2, and that a 6. Oops. And that now a 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that a 9. So that's a 9. Okay, so let's go back and let's actually color all of these, sort of all the way back through here. We've got this whole thing filled in now. That's a 9. That's a 6. That's a 2. That's a 1. And now this 9 goes there, and these are 2s. Okay, and we can get rid of all of this once we've double checked that all of this worked out. Okay, so now we've got a whole other major area of the Philomeno done. We can extend that 2 into this grid, which by our weird lavender corner marked 2s places this 2 over down here on that Renbon. Let's get rid of the weird lavender 2s. Okay, so the weird lavender 2 actually got me the 5 and the 2 over here. And that 5 now goes with a 3 and a 6 over there. Let's see. That 9 that I got into here gives me an 8 and a 9 over here. Funnily enough, I don't think that actually resolved much of that piece, but at least we got a bunch of that. That's a bunch of more things. Oh, it's interesting. We've got sort of a 4x4 grid for the wall completion and a 4x4 grid for the puzzle completion. Okay, so this isn't a 5 anymore. So that's not a 5. Okay. I think that's probably an awful lot of progress for one episode, so I think we'll leave it there. We've got our giant Pylo. I have more gray I can get rid of out of this piece over here. Really love the Philomeno work around this this grid. I think that's a really clever way of making this sort of interesting. Why did this gray X come up here? I don't think that's real. So we'll pick up next time, and we'll see what we can do in maybe this grid, maybe now? Question mark, question mark, question mark. All right, but thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll be back soon. Bye for now.